Hey guys, Glockster42. Alright, let's get into a post-build review of this Border 1/31st scale Panzerkampfwagen 4G, which is a mid to late. It's a 2-in-1. Precision photo etch parts and metal cables are included. 2 types of additional armor, 2 types of barrel, the L43, the L48, an additional track from T-34 tank. Really superb box art. It looks to be a pretty good kit. I've never built a border. This is my first border kit, so let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome back. Kind of good to be back. It's been a while. Yeah, work got just a little overwhelming. Some health issues. So try and get some more videos out and about here in the next day or two, and we'll go from there. All right, we're going to do a post-build review of the Border Panzerkampfwagen Mark IV G. The border listed as a mid to late G. So let's take a look. Now this was my first border kit, and it turned out to be a bit of a mixed bag. Some really nice and some not so good. So we're going to just go a quick overview of the, give you a look at what this here Border Mark IV looks like. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so it's got great detail. It goes together fairly well. There are a few little niggly points that wasn't quite so good with this kit. And well, let's just get into it here. First of all, you get a really nice tow rope. Excellent tow rope. Just drill it out a bit, a little bit of super glue. Really nicely woven cable. You've got the smoke dispensers, which I see have missing one, so hopefully it's down there. I just have to re-glue it. Yeah, there it is. You get the brass fret for the side fenders, and it's not a lot of photo etch, but just enough to really make it look good. The fit is quite good, actually. I didn't have any fitment issues whatsoever. The big thing, a couple of takeaways from this kit, unfortunately, is it's not really a G and it's not really an H. So if you've got a proper G, all Gs came from the factory with the shorter barrel, which we see here, and a split commander's cupola. The hatch should be hinged from both sides. That is actually a G hatch, which was fitted to some factory Gs that left the factory, but not many. Almost all Gs went out with a split cupola, according to my references. The other thing that most Gs did not have were the side skirts. They did have the armor for around the turret, but for the most part, most of the Gs left the factory without the side skirts. And unfortunately, I went with their directions, which we'll get into in a minute. The directions are pretty damn poor. And the directions kind of showed these. We've got little cutouts in the hull all through here to mount these on. They're nice sturdy mounting points, but technically an H shouldn't have them. You know, there were some that had them. They were fit in the field, but for the most part, it's not really a G and it's not really an H. Now, I didn't know that until I got into it. Same with some of the fitting of the front glacis here. Most Gs didn't come with the bolted on. They came with a welded on. This was more of a H thing with the nut bolts, according to what I see in the references. They don't really tell you any of this in the directions. You have to go out and figure that out yourself. Now, I haven't done anything on the front fenders, and the rear fenders aren't connected yet. So let's get these side skirts off so you can see what the running gear looks like. All right, the tracks, the running gear. The tracks consist of one long length on the bottom, 2 medium lengths on the backs, and one long length on the top, and it's just half single links around the back and the front. The tracks are great. Tracks go together nice. The running gear is nice and detailed. Of course, you have to remove a massive seam in the middle, which is pretty standard. The front drives go in nice. Everything fits up nice and tight and tidy. The tracks were maybe an hour and a half, maybe an hour for both sides. The tracks fit in really nice. As you can see here, the suspension and the running gear fit together really good. It's super detailed. I gotta tell you, this kit is just so detailed, but you really do need your references to make sure you get the right kit. Now the big thing, as we were talking earlier, the difference between a G and an H, the G has the antenna mount right here, and H has the antenna mount right here. You could easily remove this mount, put another mount back here, move your gun barrel cleaning rods, and then you'd have an early H or a solid H. But as I said before, I really wish they would have given us the split Commander's cupola, and then you would have a good solid late season G. So that's the big takeaway here, is that it's kind of a hybrid kit between a G and an H. If you have a proper cupola with a split lid, and you're gonna be fine. And you know, and leave off the side skirts. But I kind of like them with side skirts, so I'm gonna put mine on. I figured I'd just build this right out of the box. And there you have it. Let's put the tracks on so you guys can get a good look at what this vehicle looks like. Alright guys, so that's how a G should pretty much look. No side skirts. Really shouldn't even have these. I'm going to leave them on just because I kind of think they look cool. But I wanted to build it full up right out of the box so you guys could take a look at it. Really nice. Exhaust is great. The two-stroke exhaust for the turret transverse, the track tensioners, the tracks, the running gear. All in all, it's a really nicely detailed kit that goes together pretty good, but it is marred with very, very bad directions. Like I said before, the directions are what really takes this from a good entry-level kit to, honestly, you should have built a few models before you tackle one of these, just because of the directions. Now the big thing is, so another takeaway here is that where they have you put these little holders for the tracks, there's little tick marks where they want you to glue them up. They don't fit. They're half size. If you follow the directions for these, the bottom one's going to put it up, probably about there, and they just don't work. So you got to keep an eye on that. You see, you've even got nice little electrical conduit detail on the side of the lights there, which is really nice. It's got a couple different muzzle brakes, one for basically an H, but nevertheless it goes up really nice. It's a nicely detailed kit, marred by horrendous directions and not perfect research for the model you're getting. So there you have it, guys. You know what, if you've done a few kits and you know what you're getting into, go grab one of these Border Mark IVs. They'll make a really, really nice kit. You just need to be aware of the downfalls. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm going to try and get a few more videos up and posted here the next day or two. And we'll go from there. Take care guys. Thanks for watching. Okay, the kit also comes with some cool accessory details. Some 4 really nice jerry cans. It comes with T34 tracks for armor. It comes with a couple of buckets, and also has, which I wasn't even going to think about trying to build, are apparently working photo etch clamps. And they also come with all the tools, Pioneer tools, without clamps. So if you want, you can go ahead and build yourself some clamps and have at it, boys. Because yeah, I'm not really interested. Not a big fan of the working clasps. But yeah, it comes with quite a few nice accessories. All right, so let's get into the heart of the matter, the elephant in the room. The reason why this goes from an outstanding, highly recommended kit to a you better have some experience building Mark IVs before is this horrendous instruction. They're just, oh. The big thing is that there is no, it's all in Chinese. I'm assuming it's Chinese. It looks Chinese. The main Chinese was probably in Chinese. So it starts off here, it looks good. Trouble is, according to my references, my squadron references, this is an actually... This is actually an H. Not a G, but an H. According to my squadron guns, this is an H with an L48, not a G, because it's all the hallmarks. It's got the antenna right back there. So obviously right off the hop you know this is not an 8G, this is an H. It's got the H antenna markings. This is another H with antenna mounts back here and here. But this is where they came up with the idea for the T-34 tracks, which is nice. But both of these are not a G. Simply based on where the antennas are. So here we are. We've got all these parts. But if you don't know where to go, you're foobarred, because guess what? There are some lines there, believe it or not, but they are super, super light yellow. You can't see them. And right off the very first thing they're going to have you do is put in these vent flaps. And as you can see, everything's all in Chinese. And looking at this picture, it infers that you would actually have both of these in, but you don't. The photo etch are the closed position, the plastic are the open position. Now they have you putting this on in the very, very first step. So you've got a little piece of plastic hanging out in the wind through the whole build. Oh, see? Just like that. And guess what? It's going to get knocked off multiple times. So what I would suggest y'all do is build the bot like I did, build your basic hull, and then start putting in your details. And all through the whole kit it's the same thing. There is no lines showing you where to use or which variant you should use. Like, okay, which body do I use for this two-stroke exhaust engine? Doesn't tell you. So just like Dragon, make damn good and sure you have your references sorted out. That is the biggest thing here. Now I didn't cue in, and you see then all of a sudden you get really dark. And so I made some notes for myself. A proper factory G has a short L43 barrel. It doesn't have any added armor on the front and the nose. It doesn't have a side skirt, but it does have turret skirts. But some didn't have turret skirts. Typical German markings. But as you can see, here's the tracks right up here. The tracks are actually quite nice. The tracks went together really well. The tracks went together great, actually. And even the side skirts fit perfectly. Like, the fit is good. There's nothing wrong with the fit. See, I didn't cue in until there was actually any line markings on where to put stuff until way back here. Somewhere here, I thought, you see right there, you can just kind of see those tiny light little yellow lines. So that's kind of a pisser if you haven't built one of these before and you're not sure where everything goes. But here's where it really kicks off into, oh wow, really nice color markings. All showing MiG ammo paint. So you've got the 3rd Panzer Division, the Eastern Front. You've got the Lieberstadt Adolf Hitler 43. You've got some really nice color codes on here that this part of the instruction sheet is actually worth keeping, just for reference. So, like I say, this, if they updated this, redid it, wow, they'd have a real winner in their hands. So I'm going to go from a, you know, we throw out the crappy instructions. I'm going to give this 4.5, almost a 5. But you put in the trapping instructions, it drops down to a 3, boys. So, like I said, build it, but have your references ready. Now here, right here, here's probably a proper G right here. No additional nose or turret armor. get rid of this and you got a perfect G with a short barreled gun. There you go. Alright boys.